to ask with a Sabir.
Yes, yes, please.
Go ahead, you're live on Ask Huda. How can I help you?
Assalamu alaikum. So my question was, why in Islam the men's give more priority than the women's? Because if we go for the prophets, we have less number of prophet and women's than men's. And a Muslim like him.
Give me an example.
And all the
Ya Sabir, give me an example.
Like we have 124. Well, we have 124,000 prophet, which mainly they're men's. Why we don't have a vote?
So that is the only thing that is really, bothering you. Sabir? Sabir? طيب. When one dares to say, why in Islam is this and this and that? I just like to remind you, you could have said the same thing. You go to a church and say, how come that all the prophets are male? Because in Christianity, they believe that their God or Son of God or their prophet was Jesus. And John and Zachary and all the prophets, according to the people of the book, were all males. Even in Judaism, even in Christianity. So if you're really angry and say, how come in Islam all prophets are men? You could have asked the same in a synagogue. But in Islam will answer you. Allah the Almighty confirmed, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ إِلَّا رِجَالًا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Yes, indeed, all the prophets, all the messengers were men. History does not record any single woman as a prophet because of the nature of the woman, akhi. Your wife, sometimes you call her to bed and she said, oops, it's just started. What do you mean? I mean, you gotta wait. For how long? For 7 days. So imagine if your woman was the imam of the masjid and she doesn't have to go to the masjid. She cannot lead the prayer. She cannot give khutbatul Jum'ah. She cannot give the dars. She cannot give the ta'aleem. She cannot even pray at home because of the menses. Would the whole ummah have to wait until the woman who's a prophet clears off from her menses? This is just one thing at a time. And wallahi, we're open to refute any misconception if we know how to. Not necessarily that I have to. I don't give educational guesses, or obviously not wild guesses, but I want you to calm down. I want you to present an academic question, a logical question, and take it easy. It's not a war. وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. And that's why I say, think, try to go to a church. So how come that God didn't choose a woman to be his daughter, only a son? Your religion is very prejudiced. Try to say that, Now, I confirm to you that the Quran confirmed that all the prophets, no exception, were men. But did you ever think about it? Who gave birth to such prophets? Were women, right? But there are certain tasks men can do and women cannot do. And this is not related to a religion. This is related to biology. This is by nature. And by the end, those who are not happy with the way Allah created them and they tend to change their gender, they go through a series of implications, surgeries, and by the end, many of them take their lives because they cannot tolerate the imbalance that happens in their lives. So we as Muslims are pleased, so pleased with the way that Allah created us, so pleased that Allah has sent all the prophets as men to lead. All the prophets were warriors. They led their people in fights against the perpetrators, the criminals, and the disbelievers. Sah. Whether in Judaism, whether in Christianity, whether in Islam, this is typical. So I want you to imagine that a woman who is having her PMS has to lead a war and direct the army and be alone with the commanders of the army. This is normal. What we're talking about, why did Allah the Almighty choose all the prophets to be men? This is, when you think about it logically, this is normal. Assalamu alaikum.